the last time, except that I was in a pub beer garden last time. I thought that was a bit much for the continuity. So we're back just by the Tower of London, and I'm going to walk across, hopefully, the church that I plan to take you to, and the churchyard, etc. is open. If it's not, it's still some brilliant historic stuff. And also there's a Catholic church that I'd like to find physically rather than spiritually. However, I'm not too sure where that is, but I have another phone with me, so I'm going to search engine it. Right, 2 seconds. Okay. Right, off we go again. I think the best way to, I'm gonna, okay, let's go. So again, for anybody, hi Francis. Hopefully I'm off to St Olav in Hart Street Church. That's I'm going to just try flipping the camera this time rather than keep. So that's the Tower of London. That's one of the royal palaces. Hi Jesus Forever, that's a great name. There's the Shard in the background. So I'm doing let's flip back to me, sorry, because why not? So I'm definitely, Bill, what's happening, kiddo? So I'm going to try to do maybe 2 churches and a pub, kind of a church pub crawl, if you will. But, I don't know, let's see how we go. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over, let me flip you around. We're going to go over there initially, if I remember my way around my own city. Hi Deborah, good afternoon. Okay, so let's just not die on the way. Actually, I can show you another little bit of history whilst we go up there. That's the church. Oh, now I'm doing it front way. That, which I'm not pointing at properly probably, is the church we went to the other day, which is All Hallows by the Tower. I was going to take you to All Hallows on the Wall, which is number... Sorry about the buffering. What? Sorry. Man, is that... I don't understand the question. So I was going to take you to All Hallows on the Wall. However, it's quite an isolated church for this stretch of London, which is church heavy, which is obviously, don't tell any jihadis please, but I know it's just between you and I at the moment. Let's not get run over by a cyclist, that'd be horrifically embarrassing. And right, okie doke. So there's the big war memorial is over there that I pointed out the other day. No, I'm going to save that bit for later. I was going to take you up. Hi, Last Raven. Salutations. Very formal. Okay. Oh yeah, I started learning Latin, everybody, after horrific embarrassment, really, in All Hallows by the Tower. So, salute, which is the collective hello, I guess. That's Trinity House. Let me flip you around. That is Trinity House there, and this is Trinity Square. I'm not too sure what that big, massive, look at that stuff. I don't know how well you can see it, the ornate, the sculptures with the heck are they? Angels and a bull and stuff, which is the technical term, obviously. Let's not feel unsuspecting tourists. Okay. I really should scratch up on my history because, I'll do it. Let's get in there. So the church that I want to take you to, if I'm going the right way, I'm not sure that I have actually, is from it's where Samuel Pepys is buried. The church that we were in the other day, hi Baron. The church we were in the other day is where he watched London burning during the fire which started in Pudding Lane. 1666, you may have heard of it. We call it the Great Fire of London. Potentially it was just an average fire, but it was large. This is Pepys Street, so that's on the right track. Okay, so Samuel Pepys, for anybody who doesn't know, was born in the 1600s, 17th century, and died just at the very beginning of the 1700s. He was a diarist. I believe his occupation was maritime, like he was a naval. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. I read his diaries. And he documented London life within his lifetime. Obviously, it was a real-time diary because #priorities. And the church we're going to, which the gate is open, which is a pleasant sign, is Dickens wasn't too fond of this church. I know that much. He called it, I think, St. Ghastly Grim rather than St. Olav. St. Olav, he sided with, I think it was Ethelred, the English king, against the Danes in the Battle of London Bridge. And this church commemorates him, certainly. He was made a saint, become a saint. Well, apart from be a Protestant, because we're all saints, but yeah, maybe not in action, just as a name. Right, let me get the live chat up because I just realised horrifically that I'm just chatting to myself. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, so let me give you a shot of. Okay, so that is the church that we may or may not gain access to, as in the inside. But I have a like a personal association with the church. I had a lovely experience in here a few years ago now. So let me show you the entrance before I just get run over by an Uber cyclist. Oh gosh, I don't know if my Latin's good enough yet. So you see the skull and the crossbones at the top, and the Roman, don't know what you call it, hat made of leaves. So Christus viver, which is Christ lives. And then it says, mors mihi lucrum. Mihi is my, lucrum, money or luck. Mors, yeah, I know. So it's the 11th of April 1658 is when that stone was laid, certainly, because the church is much older than that. This is one of the only medieval churches not to be burned in the fire beyond recognition. So you see here, St. Olav's, and then it has some stuff about peeps. So this is from the burial register. Mother Goose, if you're not too shy, who was made famous in nursery rhyme. Samuel Pepys, Esquire, and wow, 365, one for every day of a year from the Great Plague, which is, I believe, what the skulls are tribute to. So, yeah, let's have a little look. It's one of the only dates back. I may as well because you can't read it. It has a rich history. The house of Sir Francis Walsingham, Queen Elizabeth I's spymaster, was very close by. The 17th century diarist Samuel Pepys walked through the churchyard to attend services, and he and his wife are buried in the church. Among others buried here are hundreds who died in the Great Plague of 1665, which was a year before the fire, of course. And Dickens knew the place well. Best beloved churchyards, but also ghastly grim, but they haven't written that down because PR. The church and the churchyard were badly damaged during the Blitz, which was 1940 to 41, but was restored in the early 50s. And then it says the granite labyrinth in the southwest corner of the churchyard provides a spiritual and meditative pathway. Labyrinths date from earliest times and can be found all over the world. I've seen them certainly on the end of Anglican prayer beads. You're invited to walk the way of the cross and in your footsteps find Christ. How charming. Among the plants to be seen here are ones that have been used over many centuries for medicinal and decorative purposes. And then it goes on about that. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, so let's have a look at the church, because that's all we're going to be able to see. Let me turn you around for a minute. I used to take photographs of gravestones. It's not as macabre as it sounds, but I did my family tree, and you find it in certain countries around the world. There's limited access to records. For example, Ireland lost a lot of their general records in a fire. So what I would do, here's the labyrinth. So what I would do is like take photos and ask them to take photos of the graves that I needed for family members who were abroad. Should we see if we can? Oh gosh, I wonder if I can get around the. Let's think. Hang on, let me just map this out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for a bush at some stage. Let's have a go. Right, I'm on the grey, by the way. So let's go around. Anywho, what was I saying? Yeah, so I used to reciprocate and have people help me to map my family tree. Oh gosh, now this is going through some massive foliage. So I would, let me get my finger like in position. I would be going around that one into the, which is so true in many ways. And now I'm just going to bowl out because I'm not losing my salvation. I'm just walking out of a labyrinth. Okay, right. No, the benches aren't dedicated, bizarrely, but let's see. There are some inscriptions. Okay, let me flip you around. The signal here is awful, so I won't read that to you. Here on this plinth, it says, "When I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you have established, what are beings that you are mindful of them, mortals that you care for them?" And that is Psalm 8, 4-5. Hi, Wendelin. Albuquerque, lovely. Thank you. Oh, excellent, Wendelin. Oh, I'm pleased. Or is Tinksy. I can't bear to keep losing the signal. I'm going to leave if it comes to it. But up there, it says entrance to Samuel Pepys, and that tablet was erected in 1891. Above the door, the lowered doorway is, to my mind, it looks. Okay, so there are some plaques on the wall. Yeah, this signal thing. I don't know how they do any business around here. This is near the square mile. Those windows, you can't see them. When you're inside, they are the most beautiful. The sun hits them at exactly the right angle at a certain time of day, and it's just beatific. Like, it really is stunning. So, right, I know sorry, lovey. I will come across a church. The Catholic one, I can't, my friend told me what it's called. Something in the martyrs, something of the martyrs. You say martyr, I say mater. Right, obviously, angel. Teensy door for teensy people. Yeah, I'm just looking at that. Sorry, see if there's anything. Okay, so St. Olav is the patron saint of Norway. And like I say, let's get on to somewhere that is either a public house or a church on our travels. I had a really odd day yesterday. I felt quite deflated and a bit. I think it's too much funeral arrangements getting me down a bit. But I feel back to my usual bouncy self. Let's see. Right. Oh, if anybody is interested. Howard, if you call watching me live stream working, then God bless you. Right, that is St. Mary's Axe, and there are some beautiful churches around there. That is, depends. I mean, it could be said that it's modelled on a giant tampon. I wouldn't have said it, I just did say it. Yeah, it's a bit odd. It's not really in keeping with the local yeah, they don't bother about that crap anymore. Right, so I see now part of the church, which isn't still in use by the look. It could be. I'll show you. So you see the little towery thing. That is obviously part of a former church. But there are so many churches around here, it's basically, you'd be hard pressed to not find one. So this is, that's St. Olav's Church Hall. But I reckon that's Fenchurch Street for anybody who's, I don't know, doing the London knowledge. Am I going to climb a wall for you people? I can't get in anyway. But yeah, that's there. That's the entrance to the little towery thing. But now that I'm a law-abiding, child of God type person, not type, person, girl, female, yeah, I said it. What a hate speecher I am. Okay, let's get out onto the main drag, because St. Mary's Act, St. Mary's, like the actual St. Mary's is there, although not so Catholic. Oh, I don't have a list of Catholic churches. I'm going to speak to my friend later and I'll be like, didn't find it. If I find it, that would just be like synchronicity. Okay, shut my eyes and think that way. But everything's construction nowadays. Oh no, I know where I'm going. I love London. Just throw it out there. I may have mentioned that previously many times. Okay, as soon as I get over the road, I'll press the live chat thingy again. Because at the moment, look at this shizzle. Like, just look at London, right? Don't worry about the bins, but look how cutesy, like the little alley, that star alley. It's just too cute. Sorry, sir. Okay, let us. It is a great city, Deborah. Exactly. Hi, Buskill. Right, let us not die. I mean, you won't die, but I might. Let's not do that, and then let's get across. And we're going to go through Hogarth Court, because I believe I want to. Right, so let's. Look at that. Comes to something when they have to fake foliage. Living seeds. This is in the congestion zone. There are traffic, but there's a lot of construction. You'll hear it in a minute, and you'll see all the construction men sitting around eating lunch, etc. And it's many people who work in the city commute in for obvious reasons, because the parking and the charges for being. Just look at the juxtaposition of this, right? Look at that beautiful building at the end. You can't see like the stonework, but take my word, it's beautiful. Then we've got, that's kind of fine. Then I can't go. What? Like, what is anywho? Right, sorry, I'll just start moaning. Hi, John. Right, it's bizarre because I know there's when I was looking for a church to hold an event in, and I came all around it. I knew they were here anyway, but I didn't realise how many. But we're going towards St. Mary's, so right. A bit communisty looking, isn't it? Just saying. Oh, it's prep. Oh well. Just looks very CCP. Right, some angels over here. Let's just have a butchers, if I can turn my camera around on command. So there's a phoenix who's very nearly in a compromising position there. I'll just throw that one out there. And that dude is in the fire with the phoenix almost inserted, you might say. Here's another semi-naked dude. This one's ringing a bell. He's got a couple of, look like griffins, just from the, I don't know, and some fishies. This is clearly not my area of expertise. Hi, Princess Mona. This is some sort of farmer dude carrying stuff. There's a quite a mean-looking ram, if you don't mind me saying so, and a piggy, and another bird up in the corner there, cormorant, I don't know. And then right at the top, we've got Marman, who's still just about covered, and there's some airplanes, which is pretty bizarre. So he's an angel. I think I spot that a mile away by the wings. And yet there's like some sort of, I don't know what that is. Yeah, 2 airplanes and a load of birds trying to eat his hands, it seems. Yeah, I think there's kind of a Celtic slash, like a Roman vibe maybe. Just the nakedness at this point is making me think that. But Roman, like Londinium, there are still parts of it that I'm not saying that's original by any means. The aeroplanes give it away, but I guess as a nod to that is a monstrosity. Let me show you. I mean, this one, you just it's mirrored, so you can't really see the top. I can see the top, but I'm not sure if you can on the thingies. So there's some art apparently in the middle there. That is just rotten. Look at the state of that. Oh my gosh. Right. I'd love to know where I was. Aha, I see a church. Right, let me show you. I know, John, it's rank. Oh, it's Lloyd's. What a shame. Okay, so over here, you may be able to see in front of the Gherkin, or St. Mary's X, as we should call it. So there's the Gherk, and there's a church. There's another one over there that we're gonna. This one does some really good stuff. Not at the moment, it seems, but they provide lunches and like a fellowship thing for people who are maybe. Actually, when I went in there to inquire, it wasn't necessarily like homeless people. It was just seemed very pleasant. Like there was a mix of business people because there's like maybe a shortage of places to eat and stuff. But let's just have a look at the architecture. So above the door, what we have, I don't know if you can see it. We have the 3 Lions of England. Those 3 stars, I can't help you people, don't know. Then there's some like crusadery symbols with a griffin. To my mind, this one looks like Masonic. It's not, but it's the shape of Masonic, like a Masonic symbol. The other one that's the Corporation of London. That's a white background usually with a red cross and what looks like an inverted cross, but is in fact a sword. Look at the door knocker, everybody. How cutesy is it? I'm not going to knock, but what I will do is I'm going to do a bit more research in future instead of just deciding an hour before, and obviously not doing my hair, clearly. Sorry, darling. And yeah, let me show you the clock. Okay, now we're going to go. Yeah, so I'll do some research as to when they're open. I did try to call ahead at St. Olave's, and unfortunately they didn't answer the phone, and I just thought, let's have a go. I'll walk across the street. I'll be able to give you a better shot of the, oh, how pretty. I want to go inside. Okay, let me show you. No, I don't know if you can pick up. I need a better camera than this. The stained glass windows have got coats of arms. From my limited experience of reading backwards, Elizabeth, Charles I, James I, Edward VI, William III. Those are all the things I can read. Those are in like order around there. Yes, Thomauso, sorry for my pronunciation. This tiny courtyard and see what the inscriptions are, because I know that people do sit here and eat their lunch actually, but yeah, you're right, everybody's working from home nowadays. Okay, so beneath this spot, i.e. kind of there-ish, lieth, that's old English for lies, lies interred the remains of Mrs. Elizabeth Waller, who died on the 20th day of January 1798, aged 47 years. Also, Mr. Joseph Waller, husband of the above, died suddenly on the, could be 4th day of September, in the 57th year of his age. Also, Mrs. Sarah Sayer, the daughter, who died on the something, unfortunately, of October, at 34 years of age, basically. And then there's a Mr. John Sayer, who's the husband of Sarah, and was 37 years at his death, and underneath this part, unfortunately, is weathered by age. So let's continue that one as well. I hate it. Well, not hate, it's a strong word, but I really get really sad. Like the Bible talks about, having your name no more in remembrance, because I'm looking through for the funeral that I'm gonna be at. Like there's a poem that kind of ends, or a part of it is, to live in hearts we leave behind is not to die. And I feel like saddened when I see that people's memorials are just washed, like raised, rubbed out. So some beautiful ones. I wish I could read them without standing on them. Let me show you, but yeah, I can't pick out a lot of the words, unfortunately. So that's a lovely coat of arms, which you can't see unless I just hop skip over onto, oh gosh, I do apologise if I'm standing on anybody. Right, let's see. This actually says, underneath this stone in a vault lies the body of Samuel Strode Esquire, who departed this life in December the 26th, i.e. Boxing Day, 1729, aged 52. Quite a good innings for those days. Also, the body of three of his children, God bless, three of his children, two sons and a daughter, who all died infants, like in infancy. So he was a man of sorrows. Not sure. What's your name, little darling? Farino. That's an odd name for old England. Or for, yeah, sounds a bit Italiano. Okay, so this bench is erected to the memory of Mrs. Frances Godfrey. What a name for a Christian. A devoted member of this church, 1925 to 51. Again, I know you can't see the stained glass windows properly. Such a shame. Because these ones are, like this one's pictorial. And what I see is the disciples, the Holy Spirit. I think it's is that the Holy Spirit or not? No, I think it's the halo. Yeah, so it's a biblical like narrative, and then okay, let's come back. Right, don't see any more oils. I apologise if I missed you out. Deceased people. Okay, let's get rid of one. Let's get some churches under our belt. I see another one. Spitting distance. Although please don't spit at churches. Okay, let's crack on. So for the record, we kind of, well, we're right beneath the Gherkin, St Mary's Axe at the moment, which is close to Bishopsgate. Can't remember how many gates, that's so shocking. So we have areas, so this is the site, by the way, of St Mary's Axe, the real one, the church, which stood until 1561 from 1230. And again, that's the City of London emblem. I kind of like it, to be fair, although I do like London also. So yeah, so that's where the real, well, the orig stood, and now it's made of glass and houses, like you know, well, actually, it isn't quite technically the site. So this, nice one, Jane. Okay, this is. If this don't make you want fish and chips, I don't know what a gherkin is. So that's that. And then look at that. Look at that, just nestled. I love a church, mate. I love a church. Right, let's have, I don't think it's open though. Obviously. Why would anyone? Well, no, that's a fib. Yeah, sometimes they're all closed. They just, maybe they see me coming. I don't know. Another prep. Oh, who wants to pay taxes anyway? Right. Yeah, I'm not that hopeful, to be fair, but I may be surprised. If not, I will find. I know there are some that are open just out on Bishopsgate. That's what I was telling you. So the city of London used to be, used to be like a mile square, the square mile. So beautiful. I'm going to show you in a minute. Yeah, so those gates were like Aldgate, Aldersgate, Newgate, which is famous for the debtors' prison. What are the gates? Aldgate, Aldersgate, Newgate, Bishopsgate. So we are close to the Bishopsgate, which is, they used to raise money. Okay, so let's have a go. I'm imagining that was taken out because of the window tax. Hundreds of years ago, they started taxing sunlight, basically. So a lot of the windows were bricked up, but it was very problematic because we had lots of weavers at that time, and obviously they needed the daylight. So this says, hopefully you can see it, heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. That is so beautiful. Look at the, like, oh, it's just too, oh, I love all this stuff. Right, and then around, because we're in kind of a courtyard, I think it's plain windows, to be honest. Yes, they seem quite plain. Although the lights are on, they're just hiding and being really quiet. This is more Latin. I really should have learned more than like 60 words so far. Oh, something God, St. Helena. Labs, I don't know, and it's not toilets. So that was reproduced apparently in 1633, so it already existed prior to that. Look at the teensy door for little people. Yeah, so that's that. Here, Robert Hooke, who was an eminent scientist, you can see, was first laid here to rest here. I wonder where he went after that. Continued his travels, even. Oh, so this is St. Helen Bishopsgate. So, oh wow, you're not going to be able to see them. Hold on. Right up there, there are teensy weensy gargoyles. And I mean, one's like a baby turkey, like a chicklet. There's a gargoyle above this here, above this thing. He's right at the top there. There's lots of them along, like beneath the parapet. I like gargoyles. I am odd. You may have have you met me? Hi. Okay. So I'm going to take you to some of the open ones, which I know are open, unless, of course, they're watching this live stream, and then, of course, they'll be closed. Right. This is the other side of the church. Let me spin you around again. Sorry if I'm making you like nauseous, but I think it's better potentially than me keep flipping the camera around. So is like another door for slightly taller people, to be fair. And then that's the other side, but we may or may not get a better view as I walk out. You'll see it behind me. Okay, this is Great St. Helens, meaning bigger, so there'll be like a minor St. Helens. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, more modernness everywhere, because who wants to remember your heritage or your past? Not Antifa, that's for sure. Okay, let's get this road on the show. Oh, I'm much further out than I thought, am I? Yeah, I am. There is the most beautiful church I know of, or churchyard. Yeah, let's do it. Right, so I'm walking towards, let me show you what I can see. I'm walking towards Bishopsgate, which no longer exists, to be fair, but it's an area called Bishopsgate. People mistake it for a place called Liverpool Street, which is actually kind of a small road at the back of Liverpool Street Station. Everybody assumes that where the front is, that's Liverpool Street, and no, it's not, it's Bishopsgate. Hashtag pedant. Okay, so, I don't know, just like the weirdness between like nicey kind of architecture-y stuff and then glass buildings. On the top of this one, it says, days and nights crash over me like waves. Like in plastic. Right, let's look at the livery. I'll show you it. Let me just trespass ever so slightly. So that, at the bottom, any Protestant worth their salt will know that Soli Deo Gloria is to the grace of God alone. Honore is honor, obviously. So only God, honor and glory. So not really. Well, there's a ram on the right, a stag on the left, some sort of red deer on the top, and 3 little deers there. Bless them. And that's the same thing now. And this, oh my gosh. Oh, okay, I'm going to lift you up. So that says, if you can't see it, no, but I will do. Give me a week on Duolingo and I'll have cracked the code. So let's keep going. I don't think you really want to see a bar. Well, then again, the other side of the street's pretty random. Okay, so this is the first view of the church that you're going to see. It's not open, this one, but hopefully the courtyard is. Right, that is so unassuming when, like, because look, you see there's a bus stop there, so someone's nicked the sign out. What lovely humans. Okay, so this is what it looks like inside. It's very plain. This is St. Ethelburgers, who, as you might imagine, those kind of names died out really with us. This is kind of I don't know what you would say, medieval. It looks like it's closed to me, but this is along the side, like actual trees and everything. Yeah, I think it's closed. I'm going to show you maybe through the fence. So this part of the church is original, obviously. This is a rebuilding, so the front is original and most of the back is original. Oh, actually, is it open or not? No, it says push and I just pulled, but still nothing. Okay, so I don't know if you can. No way, my skills are not good enough to show you, but it's very tranquil. It's bizarre because even though there's holes in the fence or the gate, it's actually like deceptively. Yeah, I think so, Vil. I'm pretty certain, actually. Yeah. There was a lot of damage during the Great Fire, but not of stone, obviously. So that's when everything was rebuilt, more in stone, like, you know, in line with the Three Little Piggy story. But yeah, that's the Centre for Reconciliation and Peace, which sounds a bit Buddhisty to me. But oh, sorry, I do apologise. Islam is the religion of peace. How could I forget? Okay, so another church right here, like right there. That's where we're going to go because love a bit of churches. But I would like to take you in one, and I know I've been in there over lunchtime a couple of times. So let's do this shizzle. Okay. Be heaving, like where I'm walking, it would just be you have to kind of shoulder your way through, whereas now everything's very I don't know, less like, oh, I know a church I want to take you to as well. Well, there's just too many, but I just thought of a good one, which could be open, maybe not. I don't know. I'll die. Oh yeah, red buses if anyone's not a native. Oh, come on, man. Some door must be open. It's this COVID shizzle. Let's see. Don't know. Answers on a postcard to will she get the PO box? Not sure. Right. We're going to sit in the churchyard a minute anyway. Sorry, Vil, I'm going to catch your comment any second now. Boom! The doors are open. Right. So let's see what we can see. This ex-water fountain, I should say, is the gift of C. Gilpin Esquire, MP, Member of Parliament, in the year 1806. Anno Domini. This one is the gift of the church wardens in the same year. Very similar thingy. This is St. Botolph without Bishopsgate. Without meaning, not meaning lacking, meaning outside. So you imagine Bishopsgate, I'll show you it. This is Bishopsgate nowadays, this whole street. But at the time of this church, it was outside of the gate, as in the Bishop's Gate. So, just for anyone who's thingy, we are here. This way has St. Leonard's Church up there, which is in the Oranges and Lemons song. That's, let me see. Oh, Magnus the Martyrs, that's where he wanted me to go. Oh, mate. Oh, I wonder if they're watching. I'm sorry, lovey. I'll get there tomorrow or whatever. This is where we are. Like, that's Liverpool Street Station, which is Bishopsgate. Let's get cracking. I was just going to look at this. This is in memory of George Meath. I can't do it. That is too much writing for me. That's very pretty. Don't know what it says. Look, even the little signs are made out of cast iron. The public open space is maintained by the Corporation of London, i.e. Yeah, oh, I didn't see any don't walk on the grass. It just says, please respect this war memorial. So, in memoriam, officers and men of the Honourable Artillery Company. IHS is, of course, I think it's Catholic actually, but yeah, it's a Christian like acronym or whatever you call those things. And yeah, cross. I don't know the giant man, James. I know the Weatherspoons though. Right, so that window think you can probably see that, right? But we're going to go inside anyway. I hopefully there's nobody, like if there's anybody in there for contemplative, like I'll just keep the camera on me and try and catch the stuff in the background, because I feel like, you know, it's not very respectful. Okay, so, right, let's just get in. If I stop talking, then I'll... No holy water anymore because of COVID. There's one lady in there, so I'm not going to point it this way. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, she's leaving now. Do you see that there are names? Sorry, there are names written across the top there, like to commemorate people. Lots of memorials. Or outside, it wasn't lads, it was Laos. I still don't know what it means though. Okay, so there's some more. Even this door, which isn't in use, it's got the... It's just very pretty. Right, I'm not supposed to walk down that bit because of that. That's the Lady Chapel, I guess, at the end. But let's go. Don't know if they're waiting to close up, but I'm still going to take you up the aisle, as it were. That sounds odd. I'm not going to try and get the glint on now. Oh my gosh, I just read something that it costs. Look, I don't know if you can read it. Anyway, it says that it costs £6,000 per week to keep this church open. That's ridiculous. That's unbelievable. So maybe I'm gonna... I don't know what money I've got on me. I haven't got £6 grand, I know that much. But let's let me pretend I'm walking up the aisle. Hold on. Oh, I just spotted something beautiful. Look at the... That wasn't it, by the way. There's the lectern where they do the services. Don't call me Illuminati, Martin. Okay. I don't know if you can see it in sharp relief, but it really is beautiful. I know, it's beautiful. Oh, look at that. That's for medical by disease in the South African War. And that's Quite stunning as well, actually. Right, so this is the Lady Chapel. Right, 2 seconds. Baking, it's quite warm in okay, let me show you the organ. I'm just mindful of where the gentleman is. Like another, you can't see, I wish I could zoom. There's a skeleton there because of the plague, I reckon. I'm just going to show you the window we saw from the outside. In fact, I should show you that first. That's for the Great Wall. I can't get to it, unfortunately. But it says, to the glory of God, in memory of our brave and beloved dead, 1914 to 1918, with lasting gratitude and affection. And then it says Kay should change the prescription on her spectacles, which she isn't wearing. I couldn't read the bottom, sorry. Vampire. Okay. The Rifle Brigade. Another book of remembrance. Another silhouette soldier wearing the poppy. And this is what I wanted to show you. This from outside looked black and white. This is to mark the restoration of the church after the St Mary Axe and Bishopsgate bombings, which I don't know if anybody remembers those bombings, but they were at the end of the night. They were, it's at 1997. And as a result of those, we got an iron ring around the city, or the square mile at least. It says exit, and it is. Right, so for anybody who's interested and is in London, there is a choral mass. For the Assumption, this is definitely a Roman Catholic church. Bless them. Oh, that'll do for my friend. I'll say I found a different one. That's a view of the church from outside. Another reminder of the £6,000 a week, although the Vatican's quite loaded from what I hear. So yeah, there's some other stuff that I don't know if anyone wants to look into it, etc. Let me get the card. Let me get no, that's a different project. I don't want that. Anyway, I'll remember. Right, so Steve Barnes memorialised. I'm only kidding. I don't know what that stands for. Oh, no, it's St. Boltoff. Yeah, that's the one. All right, one more thingy. That is the London and Provincial Clerks Association, who gave their lives in the Great War 1914 to 18, King and Country. That's in grateful remembrance of those members who gave their lives for our freedoms, which we are now just casually throwing away because of censorship and left-wing twaddle, basically. Yeah, so I'm just disinfecting my hands. I do apologise for the wobblies. Okay, that's just my emotional state I'm talking about. Anyway, thank you, St. Boltoff. Okay, let me think now. Let's think. Okay, I was going to take you to the one at the end of Great Broad Street. So let's go this way. Let's see. So this is a short history. Christian, that's not the pronunciation. So it's first mentioned in 1212 as, like I said, Sancti Botolphi, so Saint Botolph, extra Bishopsgate outside of Bishopsgate. The building was repaired in 1571 and partially reconstructed in 1666, which would have been after the fire won hopes. It survived the Great Fire of 1666, but by the early 18th century had to be demolished. The present church, which is the fourth on this site, was completed in 1729 to the designs of James Gold under the supervision of George Dance. Its most modern feature is the stained glass window commissioned by the Worshipful Company of Bowyers to mark the recent restoration carried out in 93-4. Over the centuries, many famous Londoners have been associated with St Botolph's, including Sir William Allen, who was Lord Mayor from 1571 to 2, who repaired the church at his own expense. God bless Billy Allen. What else? Edward Alleyne, founder of Dulwich College, who was baptised here in 1566. When they say famous, maybe at the time. Sir Paul Pindar, who was James I's ambassador to Turkey. Oh, and the only famous person I've ever heard of. Yeah, and John Keats, who was baptised here in 1795. The church contains the regimental memorial chapel of the Honourable Artillery Company and the Book of Remembrance of the London Rifle Brigade. The memorial cross in the churchyard is believed to be the first memorial of the Great War. Boom. To be erected in London, which was put up in 1916, before the war ended, to be fair, after the Battle of Jutland. Get in early, avoid the rush. And yeah, it's a working church. So that's great. I don't know if we can get out the other side to... Yeah, let's sod it. Yeah, we can. Okay, so... some more little scattery bits. It's very pretty. I love a bit of London. I don't know about you lot. Well, you're here, aren't you? So, possibly. It's a little water feature. Looks a bit modern for my taste. But this is... Let's see what that is. The church hall, let me show you. Okie dokie, here you go. That reminds me of school, to be honest. But let's see. Not that I was like born in the 17th century or anything. So that is church hall. That's like a Lake Georgian. That's Mary Rawlins, bless her. And she's underneath Sir William Rawlins, which I'm not even going to make the joke because that's kind of disrespectful. There's a little teensy hand holding a screw. Let me show you. Which I'm guessing is something to do with an occupation. Little skull and crossbones. We love a little skull and crossbones in London. And that's just on our alcohol, to be fair. So... yeah, he's actually got that hand. Oh my gosh. I was telling fibs. It's not a screw. It's not a nut. It's a dagger. Let me just, I don't know if you can see, and I can't be bothered to climb. I can, but in the middle, in the centre, in the thingamaflip, shield. Yeah, it's an arm coming out the ground holding a dagger. Like as in, if you bother me now that I'm actually finally getting 40 winks, I'll come up there and stab you. Like, what kind of... Okie dokie. He was the sheriff of London, so there's probably people like on his case looking for some payback. Sheriff. Him and the horse that he rode in on, probably. Right. So let me just show you like what I can see, because it's quite, not me, I can see me as well, but yeah, that's kind of interesting. Not to mention the King's Arms, but let's not go there for a second. Looks kind of Islamic to me, and it gives it away with the like crescent and the star. Like, are we kidding or not? Let's find out. I've never seen this before in my life, to be fair, and I don't think I've ever come at it this way. So stained glass. It's a Victorian bathhouse, but I don't know why it looks so Islamic. Hi, it's me. It's really odd. Look, it says Victorian Bathhouse Bishopsgate. And then even on the inside, if we're going to just... yeah, mate, that's a mosque all day long, isn't it? Oh, you can't see because of the reflection. If I drop my phone, I'm going to have to... no, there's too much of a reflection. Over there. They look a bit mosquey to me. It's just, oh my gosh, she goes from Catholic church to mosque. Not that they should be in the same sentence. I'm sorry, Catholics, I don't mean it like that. I do love you all. I really do, actually, for my sins. Like Eastern in origin. But let's enough about bathhouses from the times, obviously, when people didn't have like bathing facilities in their house. For anyone who's not aware, that we all used to have toilets in the gardens, etc. Okay, so we are now at the back. Crossrail is building. Okay, that's Bishopsgate again. That's New Broad Street, but we want Old Broad Street. So over there, that's beautiful, to be fair. That's yeah, I should flip the camera rather than changing my phone hand. Okay, so we're gonna try. Oh, I'm gonna take you to the church. Oh my gosh, another Catholic one. But I'm gonna take you to the one that had LGBT and Catholic Unite written in the, because I've mentioned it on a few live streams. So let's go and find out if they're still rocking the, like, I mean, it's lovely idea, and yet pretty antithetical. It should just be sinners and the Catholics Unite. Look at this pub, though. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. And look how close by to where we're going. We may be going in there, people. Let me just see what they do. Oh, really? They only do pies. This was built in the 19th century, this pub. It's named after the last chairman of the old Metropolitan Railway. It used to be called the Kings and Keys. The refreshment room and the railway buffet. Those are the names of it, and it's purportedly haunted with the spirits of the Great Fire of London victims, which isn't bad for business either. And it's now called the Lord Aberconway. But unfortunately, the only pies available today are Steak and Nicholson's Pale Ale pies. I don't know if I'm hungry, to be fair, but I may be stopping it, especially if it's haunted. I mean, what? I love a spirit in a pub, as it were. Right, let's see. Oh my gosh, this is all opened up again. That there is the entrance now to, like, this, I don't know what you call it, yeah, Crossrail, something like that. It's the Railway Tavern. It's a monstrosity. But at the front, that's the station. That's the historic McDonald's. It's along there. Just trad. But anyhow, let's get... Oh no, there's the LGBT steps of whatever the heck that is. Oh, didn't it just kill you? Oh, God wants his rainbow back. It's getting beyond a joke now, peeps. Okay, let's show you where we're going. Yeah, so it isn't open yet, the railway thingy. Oh, really, Jordan? Maybe I was being too hasty. Yeah, I did see some brown. Oh, maybe it's because of... Oh, no. Oh, if they've managed to merge a couple of narratives. Colour and sexual, like gender, sex and colour related. Oh, what if the rainbow's racist because it doesn't have white in it? Or whatever. Okay. So, we are now coming up this broad gate. Ah, there's another gate. I knew I was missing a couple, to be fair. But, right, at the end of this street is Old Broad... No, it's not. It's the beginning of Broad Street. I don't know. I'm not a cab driver. But we're going to come across our church very soon. I can see it, but there's nothing to show you because it's like set in to just a regular, you know, there's nothing distinctive about it, as in it's not sticking out or... Anyhow, you'll see it in a minute. Still, London's still being built, everybody. The big fire in 1666. That's taken us a while. I mean, I thought we were done plenty of times, but nope. Okay, right, so there's a St George's flag outside the church, which I like it. I like it a lot. And yeah, I can slow down probably instead of just exhausting myself here. People think I'm filming them. It's quite amusing, really. Okay, so I'm going to show you from across the street what the church looks like. This is Eldon Street. I wouldn't have known that. And this is Borough of Shoreditch, which is very dated. Bill, you make me laugh. Okay, so this is our, excuse me, this is our target, as it were. Oh my gosh, I sound like I'm casing the joint. This is our church. Excuse me. Mary, for anybody who's not aware of the Catholic theology. Okay, so it's open. It's open for prayer, but I'm going to point it. And let's just show you a couple of bits. So this is St Mary's Church, Moorfields. Moorfields is an area, is, I guess, better known for its eye hospital, maybe. So there's Jesus ministering. There's Mary, Queen of Heaven, or Mary, as we know her, or Saint Mary, even. And there's some more. Who knows if there's stories from the Bible, to be fair. I'm only kidding. I'm not really. All right, let's stop fibbing and get in the church. So, if I shush unexpectedly, there's a recital going on, I can hear it. I've got this picture, look. That one. I've got that, the light of the world. Right, let me see. No, they've taken that sign down. Maybe someone wrote in after. So let's see. They want me to wear a mask, but oh well. Fortunately, I'm exempt by reasons of sanity. Oh no, they haven't. No, this is Catholic and lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or questioning. Oh, so they're asking, are you Catholic in any of those things? Seeking support? LGBT plus Catholics, Westminster. Anyway, let's get in and have a listen. didn't catch it. Okay. It's all a bit, yeah, very beautiful. Very ornate. There is another, I can't just do churches all day because my battery, let me check my battery because last time, yeah, I'm all right for the minute. Could be pub time, to be fair. I'm just trying to think of any other churches like in a really short distance. Right, we'll have a little walk up to Broad Street. I know there is one at the end of Broad Street. Come on in, one more, and then it's PUB time. They're all very pretty churches around here. Even though they're just like franchises stuff, the buildings. Oh, they do fish and chips in this one, everybody. So I'm not advertising, obviously, but I really am. I'm not. But yeah, they are very pretty. Okay, let's not die. Always a good idea. Unless you're a suicide bomber, I guess. Well, a committed suicide bomber. Better off to be a suicide bomber, like next to the toilet works, if that makes sense. I mean, if you had to. Right. Thank you, Pindercast. Thank you very much. God bless you too. No, I mean, obviously, Jordan, you're absolutely correct. Bombing as a vocation, or a calling, is just, I mean, I would double check with the Lord quite a few times, more than double, to be honest. So I would just showing you the nothing, the zero personality. I mean, that's pretty, I guess. But yeah, it kind of ends there, the history with that pub. Although, shoot. Right, let me turn that around because it's absolute nonsense. Not that I'm not, but you know what I mean. My lace is undone. Need a cigarette. Pub lunch would be lovely. Charge my battery at the same time. Mine and the phone, obviously. Right. This is Moorgate. To be fair, I think we're churched out at the minute. Although we ended on an RC. That sounds terrible. I don't mean it in any derogatory sense. I'm not seeing no churches, to be fair. And if I am, no, I'm not in real life. Look, there could have been one there. Who knows? I reckon it's Chiss and Phipps, isn't it? Chiss and Phipps in the rubbed up. Let's do it. I've got to do my lace up, man. Yeah, Yeah, I can speak a little bit of Dutch. Little, a beetje. I don't know, because I get it mixed up with the German that I can speak a little bit of as well. So, I'm sticking with the Latin for the minute. I did see a funny bit in Dutch this morning. Just like a little meme thing. Right, it was hilarious. Okay, so, yeah, lace undone. So we're just taking a stock check of where we are, like an inventory. One lace undone, left foot, if anyone's wondering. Nicotine levels just above the laces, like ankle level. I'm a Queen of Heaven out, like with the greatest amount of respect, not for the Pope, for the Catholics. Yeah, I think it's pub time. I don't think I've ever been in this pub, so I won't be barred. I'm only joking. But there's no like gardeny bit. Ow. My bag is cutting into my shoulder. Yeah, it's all gone Pete Tong at this stage. I'm going to start moaning now. No, I'm not. Right. So it's either this pub or I go to the one that's only got pies. Okay, let's do this. Have a look. They can't have anywhere at the back because this is all solid building. But look how pretty. Look. I don't know if you can see anything other than reflection, to be fair. Or straight up my nose. As I just did that awful camera angle. Right, fish and Chiss and Phipps. Let me sit down on their step and do my legs. Yeah. Oh, they've got an upstairs. That might be more. Okay, yeah, we're going in. Oy vey. I don't know how to... Sorry about the dodgy angle. I just need 2 seconds of your time. Right. And now I need to... Princess Mona, are you serious? Where do you live? Indonesia? Like, what do you mean? Or are you like 13? Right. If so, I'm sorry if I've sworn. I haven't sworn. I don't think so. I'm going to get a swear jar and donate the money. I don't know who I would donate it to. Anyone who has to live around me, I guess. But oh, I see, Princess Mona. I see now. I do know a couple of people in Indonesia. Shocking, mate. What happens to Christians? Awful. Right, why can't I find my tobacco? I'm just going to have a small panic attack at this stage. Potentially a nervous breakdown, but only a brief one. No, it's not there either. Help! Sorry. This is what you get for carrying around like your whole life. That's what I was... Do you know why I was going to do that? To shame myself. Like I was going to do a live stream of just emptying my rucksack and showing you all what crap I carry around. I've thought about doing like a female only live stream. Have I lost it? I'm gonna have to... I'll say killing myself is pretty strong at this stage, but right, let's do this properly now because I don't like this feeling. Okay, let's unhook my coat from everything. Just check my pockets. It's not in that one. Where was the last place I had it? I got it. Oh, look, the ladies are emphasising with me, empathising even, not empathy. Well, emphasising the empathy. I can't English, I just panic so much. The thought of having to ask someone for a cigarette. Well, I would have gone and bought some, but that's a more horrific thought, the price in London. Okay, okay, there's a little ledge there. Oh mate, Jordan, you have no idea. I used to like mock my mother for like the fact that she carries around like welding irons and camping equipment, like anything you could possibly need, like daily, just to the shops, etc. Like meters from her house. And now I am that guy. I don't have camping equipment, but I have stuffs that I haven't yet. Like basically, I prop you up a minute. The hair. Hey, that's wonky, but what can you do? Meh. Right, I just got to watch no one trips over my bag because that would be hysterical and not as costly as you might think because this isn't America. Can just look like Hayley. Oh wow. Do you mean Plymouth? Is that what you mean, Hayley? I didn't see all the details. Oh, Jordan, you were winning. Mate, you were winning. We didn't have no snacks involved. Smacks. Maybe, but no snacks. Right. Let's see, and then I'm getting a drink. Is it too early for a drink? Like a real life drink? I won't tell you the time in England just in case. No, it's 3 p.m, so it's the end of school, the school day. Yeah, I didn't know that about the... I tell you about a worse one, Hayley, that I read that came up on my phone. I think I might do a stream about it. It's just so... there's a lady who was a medical student and she's claiming at least that her health into a pan of boiling water, and that child was in agony for 10 days and then passed away. And the mother, who's a medical student, didn't take the child to hospital, but took the child to some sort of homeopath, like a traditional healer. Yeah, and she's asserting that this 2-year-old child climbed up and into... I was saying to the lady when I read it, like, what is it? Well, I was swearing. Like, what is it, a cauldron? Like, what do you mean climbed into a pan of boiling water enough to kill the child after 10 days of agony? Like, what? Putting your hand... To climb up, you have to put your hand on it if you're a child. Like, some very unwell people. And 2 years is pretty long to claim postpartum depression. You know what I mean? It's awful. And the guy who did this shooting, from what I know, like, which admittedly is little, is that he was ranting apparently on social media about, his lack of like sexual, like the fact that he's a virgin, and he thought he was fat and he thought he was ugly, and I mean, hormones. I know he was in his early 20s, but men are pretty like retarded emotion. I don't mean retarded, I mean 16-year-old teenage girl who thinks they're fat and ugly when really they're not. But not all of us go shooting up areas. Pretty bizarre. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, stabbing someone, to be fair, like where I grew up, that's not really that uncommon. I know someone who's serving time at the moment for something that they got a couple of strikes for, to be fair. They did a sentence, came out and did something similar. But it's not as shocking as it could be. Oh, Ivan, where have you been, darling? That was all the time. There wasn't only a Catholic priest. That was, I'm not sure if the Church of England, I don't know which churches took part, but during the lockdown, they were allowing whole sets of Muslim prayers in the church, and that involves obviously cursing Christians. Like, you couldn't make this stuff up. However, I mean, could make it up, but you wouldn't need to because it's happening. But I need to order something because otherwise I'm just standing using their facilities. They do fish and chips. They do pies, burgers, classic sandwiches, traditional roasts, steaks, baked potatoes and desserts. However, at the moment, what I would love is some sort of drink. Right, I'm going to take you in there. Let me have this ciggy. Let me get the live chat back up again because it disappears on its own. I don't know why. Oh yeah, we're still at the Catholic priest comment. Yeah. I had some. I don't want to name them. But I put up a story the other day because I'm arranging this funeral. I haven't really been able to stream every evening in case they get in touch with me because it's pretty much like 20. You know, they're available at all times. The directors, they're very nice people. Anyhow, so I just posted the story. Catholic priest was murdered in France by a Rwandan or a Ugandan. Don't know. Guy from Africa who'd already set fire to a church the year prior to that. So it's clearly like... Anyhow, I put it up and someone was trying to berate me in the comment section because saying that I hated... No. That I was in a video with John Bloodfire and he said he hated all Catholics and I laughed at all Catholics. And when I looked at the video, like JC, who's a Catholic... Clearly there, like, nobody said the word hate, nobody, like, it's just, people just love to cause division, and they did it. Right, so, yeah, Daffyd, I agree, like, it's not even, like, long term, the results of the education system and the cognitive dissonance of trying to hold, like, a pro-Christian and pro-civic narrative, like, things at the same, like, how can you be pro-choice and pro-Jesus? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's bizarre and it affects people spiritually, well, mentally initially, and then Satan, like, capitalizes on your lack of intellectual defense to get at you spiritually. Hayley is saying, okay, Hayley, I'm Skype, if that's any good for you. Yep, just drop it. Rather than me trying to do it here, I'll just stick something in the comment section and we'll sort that out. Or Discord, I'll have to give you the link, etc. But yeah, if everyone could pray for Hayley, that would be nice. And for my throat, I can carry on smoking to the ripe old age. I'm kidding. Sorry. No, I believe you, Ivan. I'm saying it's not. It wasn't restricted to one case, as if that's newsworthy. There were. I don't know about an imam, to be fair, but there were Muslim prayer services going on. I don't know. Right, I don't need a drink, but I shall have a drink regardless. Let me see if I can order from here. Look how pretty it looks, by the way. I'll just turn you around. Oh no, I can't because I got one hand free. So that's it. I mean, I think that yesterday, partly my deflated mood, which I haven't had for a long time. That's a fib. I had one emotional, that was as a result of a concrete event. I was suffering for maybe a week. But those are the times when you have to be really spiritually alert. Because Satan prowls around. Not that I'm saying I'm Peter, but he does. I'm not Peter. Right. Yeah, we'll get you there, Hayley. I don't know whether to go and have a look at the upstairs to see if it's nice to eat fish and chips in, or just forego the fish and chips. Because to be honest, like, there's a Tesco not far. They do like meal things. Sorry. Everyone's up against it. That's the thing. And Satan uses things. You know, the thing is, I'm not going to dox it. Let me start that sentence again. Special needs in people, like children and adults, it can seem like like those we love, it can seem like such a, not a curse, but a burden. But in actual fact, like some of the, I'm thinking of a particular child that I knew who was challenged greatly, and he was such a joy. Like, he was such a joy to know him and to care for him. Like, I mean, granted, I wasn't his mother, or, do you know what I mean? Like, but you can see it as an opportunity that God is like fostering in you the ability to love, even like to a tenth of the degree that Christ loved us, because we're all basically retarded, like in comparison to Christ, if you see what I mean. I do like the word retarded. I think I saw somewhere that it was like restricted, or like, you know, not a good word, so I adopted it immediately at that point. Once I knew the left didn't want me to use it, I was like, right. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go into this pub. Let me get the chat up. Sorry, I apologise. Ivan, your question. I don't know what do you want my opinion, or do you want the opinion of like Protestant Christendom? Like, because from the point of view of Protestants, yes, just that vocation, that occupation is heresy, I guess. Depends. The Anglican Church is more of a middle way. But for doing that, I probably wouldn't have thought so, because I don't believe that these priests or these party clergy, I just don't think, even Francis, when he was kissing that Quran, I just don't think they realise the ramifications of what's in that book. I'm not even sure that some of them know that Isa didn't die on a cross. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty bizarre, but then again, maybe they do, and they just play like idiots. I don't know. Yeah, it's a seemingly very cruel disease, Alzheimer's. It must be awful. Any illness that affects your brain or your psyche, it's very difficult. It's like invisible. It is a shame. Right, this cigarette is like taking the longest time because I'm trying to hurry it up. So just looks too pretty. I don't even know what I want. I said it. One drink and we go. One drink and we go. That was my catchphrase when I was a teenager. Right, we're on 35%, so I'm going to get my charger out in a minute. Let me ask the guy, lady. Oh my God, you can't tell from behind. That's terrible. I'm going to ask them if the upstairs is open. Everywhere is looking for employees. I notice now that I walk around like with my eyes open. Is the upstairs open? Brilliant. Thank you. Okay, so maybe I'll stop and eat. I don't know. I know. Marion, I just go with, I just say what I like. Yeah. Oh, really? No, is it a public footpath? Technically, this is a public footpath, but it's out. I'm using the pub as like a little golden ledge thing. So this is, yeah, kind of like pub. It's not pub property at all, but actually it is, because outside of pubs, the old-fashioned kind anyway, they have holes in the ground, like with a thing, so they can deliver the barrels into the cellar. I'll show you, but once I start moving, hold on. Right, let's. Hold on. Okay, let's get in here. Say what you like wherever you are, Marion. Don't let the bastards get you down, as it were. Don't let them do it to you. I was saying it only this morning to somebody, and it's so true. If you can't say something out loud, it affects your ability to think even about that topic because of verboten. Schnell, piano wire, etc. Yeah, because if you can't say it out loud, like for a start, you can't get feedback from like hopefully rational people. Also, if you put a mental, like a sensor on yourself, if you're self-censoring even, COVID. Oh, I'm so sorry, Daffyd. I'm gonna, all right, in honor of Daffyd's shortage, I'm just gonna go off camera and finish it. No, I'm not, I'm gonna put it out. I just can't get a puff on it. That's what it is. I would have put it out ages ago. 2 seconds. It's because I was rolling in a hurry. That's better. There you go, Daffyd. Gone. I did that one for you. See, Spurgeon did it to the glory of God, and I did it for Daffyd. Okay. Let's roll. That's what it looks like. Alcohol, if you've never seen it. Hi. I'm not pointing that way, I'm pointing this way. Oh, sorry, no, I got it out. Don't worry. Thank you. Do you have schnapps? Yeah, it's a weird question. Peach schnapps, SCHNAPPS. It's like a liqueur. What's the least alcohol liqueur you've got? Like elderflower, or do you have any liqueur? Like as in something sweet with tonic, but not as strong as gin, for example. Let's find it. They're all gins, aren't they? That's literally all the gin aisle. Okay, let me. Okay, so definitely not whiskey. I'm just backing off from the whiskey area because it is only like not even 5 o'clock anywhere. Maybe a glass of wine. Have you got? No, have you got rosé? Yes, please. Could I have a little bit of like soda water in there, like a spritzer, please? Yeah. Like just like a lager top, but a wine top. Oh, what's the size of the? 125, 175. 125, please, but then tipped into a bigger glass so I can get some water in it. So up on the wall it says, "A bad day in London is still better than a good day anywhere else." We'll get you some. We have some lovely ladies in Discord, really good admins and that. And Jordan's lovely, and Jeff when he's here, and Bill is underneath the acerbic comments. An inch. Keep going. That'll do. Cheers. I just want to be able to pour myself home later. Right, I've got to find my bank. Oh, that's it now. I get it. Right, give me 2 seconds, everyone. Or they do steak. It's too early for steak. Pulled pork nachos. Pindakas is still better than being locked up in Thailand. If you see what I mean. You might be locked up with Gary Glitter. I think he's out now. Yep. Thank you. No, thank you. I've got no expenses to claim. No one to pay me. Right. I could just leave them hanging around my house in case I have visitors to see if they take pity. Right, thank you. I'm going to go upstairs. Cheers. Right. Okay, so this is our little route. Oh, that's quite nice. Okay, let's just face me so I'm not distracted. I mean, so I'm not looking at the screen. So. Okay, I'll show you from the. Oh, they're very windy little stairs. People were dexterous, like agile and midgets in the old days. I mean, look at that door. Look at where hold on, if I stand up against the door, literally, and I've got flats on. I don't even have heels, as you would have heard the clunk. But anywho, oh, got the place to myself. Right, this is where I am, everybody. Okay, where do we sit? Where do we sit? We sit somewhere comfortable. Okay, let's do this shiz. Right. Oh, I can prop you up. Oh, I feel like a proper YouTuber. It's only took me 2 years. Right, let's. Oh, sorry about the giant hand. See, I shouldn't make the thing. Is it leaning on the button? No. Okay, I am live. I know that. Thank you, YouTube. Okay, that's as good as it gets at the moment, everyone. Right, Charles. Let's just taste it. It's probably rank. Yeah, it's fine. That's nice, Marion. That's a nice. That is a brilliant idea, Mona. Oh my gosh. But I'm only on. I don't know what the password is, and it might muck me up. Let me just get rid of all my notifications. Why am I only popular when I'm doing something? So bizarre. Right, touch here for login authorization. If I lose you all for a second, I'll be back.